All right, broski. So you just got your college diploma and you just learned that your diploma doesn't come with a job. Not that you really wanted it from the start, but now your unemployment time has unavoidably ran out. So what do you do? First and foremost, I'm going to prevent you and save you from the hassle of going to work at McDonald's, because I know you just wasted 4 times of your life to get that degree. So we want to make sure we get something that's at least more than $20 an hour and more than part-time. So we're going to talk about how to LARP in the job interview of any business whatsoever, so you can get that bread up and get employed and be an actual contributing member of society. The first thing that we have to talk about is, well, one of the main reasons it's so difficult, it's because you're an absolute degenerate. You have more hours on Mega Chameleon than on actual laboral experience. Like, literally, the game just came out and you probably have more hours in there than you actually have on any sort of graphic design skills, marketing skills, or whatever skills that you wanted to put yourself into to grab a job. So the first one is on you, but doesn't really matter because that's why I'm here. I'm going to show you how to LARP, meaning how to fake it till they believe it, till you actually make it. And it's absolutely beautiful. So the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be the number one instrument that every single person has in the world. And it's going to be your voice. The interviewer comes in here and they ask you a question. Can you tell me, why do you want to work here? The first answer you give them is,
I want to work here because, in high school, I was playing soccer and I was really
like, nobody cares if you played soccer in high school. I'm sorry, but we don't care. We only, as an employer, what we care is, are you smart? Can you actually listen to directions? And can you be a good little slave? If the answer is yes, then you're gonna get that job. So one of the first things that even the Wolf of Wall Street basically tells you to do is use the tone of voice that you have. Now, I want you to take this scenario in your head. My Hero Academia, the little song that plays whenever like a super insane moment is happening. I want you, whenever they ask you that question, why do you want to work here? Cue in the music. Ever since I was young, this has always been a passion for me. I have spent countless of hours where I could have been with friends learning the craft. And when AI came to my hands, I took it as a teaching moment. I used it as a professor to teach me the stuff that school couldn't teach me. And now I'm at a position where I see your company and I see my vision, and I think they both overlap exactly where I wish for it to be. And if you give me the opportunity up front, it may take me a minute, but what I can secure you and assure you from today is that you'll get my utmost loyalty. And loyalty is a two-way sword. Whenever you have my loyalty, you know that even if I get better, I'll stick with you till the end. And there you go. Like, it has to sound sentimental. Your voice is literally one of the most important things that you have. So in order to get into this job interview, you don't want to sound too professional, too cocky, sometimes even too assertive. You want to sound inspirational. You want to give that flavor into your sound of voice. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to tell you if you want to get that job interview. Second, skills. Now, like we mentioned, your hours in freaking Mecha Chameleon don't count as graphic design work. Actually, you're going to need some real talent. So there's two things you can do. One is actually get some freelance experience so you can understand. Or the other thing, which is so much easier, is just use ChatGPT and then go into your field and tell you all the skills and all the lingo you need to know in order to sound like you know your stuff. So if you're going into marketing, you're going to need to know things like CRM, you're going to need to know Facebook ads, Google ads, ROAS, whatever. Random ass words that don't mean nothing, but it means something if you're in that career. So just learn those lingos, so whenever you're there and they ask you a question or they ask you for experience, you can say, yeah, I've learned about this X, Y, and Z through X, Y, and Z. Like, it doesn't matter as long as you have that experience from, LARPing with ChatGPT. You should be more than enough. A company can come in and tell you, let me see, Alan, like, I really love what you have to bring. I see the passion, I see the ambition. But do you have any sort of experience in the field of neuroscience? Absolutely. So as you may know, the freaking frontal lobe is connected to the, the APAC or whatever. Like, you're gonna throw out these big words that mean big stuff for them, and they're gonna be like, oh yes, yes, yes. Like, literally, I have people who I've helped get interviews, and the only word we learned was CRM automations, and that was it. After the boss learned that they knew what CRM automations were, they were super mind blown. Literally caught that job in seconds. So know your lingo. And now this is gonna be a little serious for you guys. Don't reinvent the wheel. This is gonna be my last piece of advice, and it works 100% of the time. If you really are looking to get this job that genuinely will make an impact for your life, it's your passion, and you genuinely don't know how to get there, what you want to do is you want to network. So you got to understand that the interviewer is a free public servant from the company, meaning that this person is your only connection to the company. So sometimes vibes are more important than actual experience. If you can vibe with the interviewer, you're more than likely going to get the job other than someone that has a lot of experience, because companies also care about the relationship they build within the company. So obviously, as you may know, if there was a person that you were competing against and they had a connection with the company, their chances of being in the company is higher than you, because they already have a network inside the connection. And the interviewer is your free connection to the company that everybody's abusing. So what you can do, and this is a 9 out of 10 advice that I will give you, and hopefully you take this seriously, is if you want to LARP and get this job, sometimes the best thing to do is just reach out to people who are already in your position, especially on LinkedIn. Send them a quick text like, hey, my name is this. You're currently on a job that I really wish I would be. Is it mind if I interview you for like 15 minutes? And then ask them exactly what they did. Now, don't ask them for advice. This is the last thing I want to let you know if you want to LARP and get this job. Don't ask for advice. Because whenever you ask for advice, they're going to think of like making stuff up to like tell you what to do. And sometimes the stuff that they tell you what to do is not the stuff that they did. So just tell them what they did to get the job, because then you're going to realize the systems and the networkings and the events that they actually went to get these jobs. So instead of telling the interviewer or the person that's on your role that you contacted through LinkedIn, instead of being like, hey, like, what would you suggest I would do in the next 30 days? They're going to like come up with something random that you can probably come up yourself. They might tell you, well, like, apply to as many jobs as humanly possible. But if you ask them, hey, like, what did you do after getting your bachelor that got you the job? Now they're going to tell you the exact blueprint of what they did. And this is exactly the best way to LARP in your interview so you can get that job. Not only are you getting connections from other people you're interviewing, not only are you bettering your tone of voice and sounding more animated, more secure, more friendlier, and getting that vibe with the interviewer, but third, you're absolutely learning that lingo that is necessary to show them that you have that interest and that knowledge. You may have zero experience, but as long as you know the lingo, you're set for success. And that's all the advice I have for you from the LARP god, or the god of LARP. I have no more ideas of videos, so hopefully I can post something after, because I have run clean. Hopefully we get more than 1 subscriber in this video, and if we do, that's more than enough for me. Have fun, keep LARPing, hopefully you get your job, and come on, bro, it's time to get employed.